Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about Form 720, and I'm joined by my tax colleague Pedro, who is based in our Ciudad Quesada office. And basically, Pedro specializes in tax matters for residents and non-residents. So today, Pedro, tell me, what is Form 720? What is it?
Hi, Alex. Well, the Form 720 is a declarative form, okay? It is only informative. It is a form that it is used to declare the assets and goods that you have abroad, which means outside of Spain, okay, to the Spanish taxman, okay? It is not a tax. You do not have to pay anything. It's only a declarative form, okay? It needs to be declared by every tax resident in Spain who has assets and goods abroad.
Okay, that's really important. So Form 720 only has to be completed by Spanish tax residents.
Yeah.
So if you don't spend more than 183 days, Spain,
or for example, if you are a digital nomad, for example, you are not subject to declare it as well.
Okay, so Form 720 only applies to Spanish tax residents, individuals and legal residents in legal entities in Spain.
Yeah, that is correct, yes.
So, Pedro, what assets must be declared?
So we have three blocks or three groups of assets, okay, that needs to be declared. The first group is bank accounts, deposits in bank accounts, money in your bank, okay. The second one is shares in companies or legal entities or financial products, insurances. And the third one and the last one is properties, real estate, and rights that you could have in properties, okay? It is important to say that you only have the obligation to submit the form if any of those groups has a value of 50,000 euros, okay, at the date of 31st of December of each year, okay, which means that you do not necessarily need to declare the three groups, okay? For example, if you have a bank account which has a value of 25,000 euros and you have properties for, I don't know, 1 million euros, you only have to declare the properties.
Okay, right. And the date is important. So it's basically, if you've got assets, those three groups of assets, more than 50,000 euros as of 31st of December of last year. So if you had, you know, 50,000 pounds or kronas or lira of assets as of 31st December 2023, this year you have to submit Form 720.
That is correct, yes.
So the next question then, Pedro, when does Form 720 have to be filed?
Okay, so the period starts in the beginning of the year, okay? It starts in the 1st of January, okay? And the deadline is the 31st of March. So it is just before the income tax period begins.
Okay, brilliant, okay. And Pedro, once I've submitted 720, can I forget about it or do I have to do it on a regular basis?
Well, it depends, okay? Normally, if your state does not change it, you do not have to declare it the next year, okay? The only situation in which you have to declare it every year if any of the group that you have declared has increased its value in 20,000 euros. For example, if I have a bank account with 50,000 euros and the next year I have 70,000 euros, I need to declare it again, okay? But if not, you do not have the obligation.
Okay, fine. Okay, so what happens if I don't file it? So what are the consequences of not filing or not providing all of the information?
Yeah. So in the previous years, this form was very famous because it has insane sanctions, okay, insane fines that could rise until 150% of the 50% of the value of the assets. You know, the European Court of Justice has said that this is unproportional and unfair. So now that these kind of fines are null and void. Okay. Now the fines that they are applying are the regular ones that are published in the Spanish general tax law. Okay. We have two kind of fines. The first one is for late presentation, for late submission of the tax, which is 150 euros of fine. Okay, and the other one is to not provide or to try to avoid to provide information. In this case, the fine is 20 euros for each information that you have not provided to the taxman, with a minimum fine of 300 euros and a maximum fine of 20,000 euros.
Wow. Okay. So the initial, no one wants to incur a fine. So the best advice is that if you have an asset over 50,000 euros, then to complete Form 720 if you're a resident.
Yeah, we should recommend to submit the form in any scenario.
Okay. And basically, Pedro, just so everyone's aware, if you would like us to help you with Form 720, please send us an email to inquiries@mylawyerinspain.com or give us a call on the office number, which you can find on the website. We'd be happy to help you prepare to submit Form 720. And just as a reminder, it's got to be submitted before the end of March of this year. Okay? Thank you very much.
That is good. No problem, Alex. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.